A fit diabetic is still a diabetic. I want you guys to stop confusing a six-pack with metabolic health. There are influencers who eat high-carb foods and they stay thin. And we think they're lucky, but they're not. They're trusting the dangerous lie that a flat stomach means you're healthy. Let's look at the silent damage hiding behind those results so that we can understand why moderation is not the goal. It's a lie that keeps us on the wrong path. I'm going to show you why your sensitivity to sugar is actually a superior survival system that's saving your life. Please subscribe. I know that sounds impossible because when you open your phone, you don't see a curse. You see someone with a six-pack eating honey, and it makes you question everything you've been doing. Like all the keto carnivore stuff, you question it. I know because I see them doing it, and first of all, I wonder, especially when they are doctors and scientists, I wonder why they don't see the problem with what they're doing. Those flexible carnivore thumbnails, honey on steaks, the promises of better energy, and of course they talk about hormone optimization, which gets us ladies paying attention because, especially if you're in my age range, that is becoming part of your story, and we don't understand why we're being encouraged to go back to eating carbohydrates when putting the carbohydrates down is what helped us to get our health back under control and to start managing our weight again. It makes us wonder if somehow we're doing keto or carnivore wrong. If somehow eating keto and carnivore could possibly be harming our hormones. And we think that we should reintroduce at least maybe more healthy vegetables. And could fruit be something that we should bring back to we start having all these, I want to call them crazy ideas, but at the same time, they're not so crazy. We were doing them just a few years ago. So it's not as if it's something that we're not used to doing. But I want you to understand, Wellness Warrior, I haven't even tried any of this stuff. So I haven't made any attempt to bring back a food that wasn't working for me because I remember that it wasn't working for me. The reason I put down nightshades, so tomatoes and eggplant and all those, because they weren't working for me. The reason I put down even avocado and olives is because I learned from Sally Norton and Dr. Eid that even the best of these healthy fruits and vegetables still have other toxins in them that are going to harm our health. I'm really trying to encourage you to remember why you decided to become keto or carnivore and you walked away from the high carbohydrate foods that you were eating, or if you're like me, you walked away from the low carbohydrate vegetables that you were eating because you learned that there's toxins in there that are just not healthy for us. When I see people talking about adding some carbohydrates back to their diet, and they give reasons that sound reasonable because they have skin issues, because they have other health issues that they're trying to solve, maybe low energy, whatever the reason that they give. And their explanation is, this is going to help me accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish. I want to bring every one of us back to the only reality that actually matters. The reality of how our body actually functions. That skin issue or energy issue that you might be living that does get some kind of relief by you bringing this high carb food or maybe even low carb food back to your diet. Yes, you get that relief, but you're trading relief for the internal impact that carbohydrates have on your body. Please remember, we don't have internal pain sensors, right? The only time that we know that our heart or kidney or any other organ internal, like, so all the internal organs, we know that there's a problem with them when they are having a catastrophic failure. That's when we all of a sudden have the pain of it not working. But while it was leading up to that, we don't feel it is important for us to understand that, wellness warrior. We don't feel our liver fattening up. We can't feel the proteins glycating inside of our body. We definitely don't feel the insulin spiking. So the influencers that we're looking at who aren't paying attention to the fact that we won't know those things are happening until they're on us, and the fact that for some reason when they reintroduce these high carbohydrate foods, they don't get the weight gain that some of us get, but they don't have the joint problems either, apparently. Or we need to be careful that their lack of signal that they can see in this moment isn't a sign of health. It's actually them kind of being blindfolded to what's actually happening internally. And that scares me, because I think that for many of us, if we are not being punched in the face with the problem of eating high carbohydrate foods, we think it's not a problem. I can put my hand up and say I was one of those people. I didn't get it until I understood that all the physical pain I had been living for years was because of the high carbohydrate foods that I was eating. So they think they're fine because they look great, and they do, right? They look amazing, but that allows them to keep eating the toxin that they know. So like the doctor, the doctor that's doing this, I don't understand, but I do understand, right? And the problem is that he's not going to know that he's in trouble until the labs show themselves, until and that can take years. Like, we know diabetes from Dr. Eckberg. We know diabetes is brewing for 20-ish years before the numbers in the lab show it. And your insulin, had they been checking that, shows it like after, I think he said, about 5 to 7 years. Your insulin is already showing it. We let it brew for another 13 years-ish before, right? So they don't know, they're not going to know until they're in trouble. I don't want you guys to wait to find out because your body is falling apart, right? I want you to pay attention to the fact that if you're anything like me, I love having violet syndrome. My body screams. My joints hurt, my back, all my joints just hurt when I eat the wrong thing. My skin flares up and I get rashes when I eat the wrong thing. I have negative physical, uncomfortable physical repercussions to eating the wrong thing. These influencers that can bring it back and take it out and bring it back. And some of these people that came into this way of eating because they knew it was healthier, but they didn't have weight issues, they didn't have skin issues, do not understand that you don't have those things because it's internal problems that are brewing. We need to be careful. Your body is not waiting for the labs. Your body is screaming at you right now. If you're anything like me, or if you're overweight, that's your body screaming. If you've got skin issues, that's your body screaming. If you're tired as all get out and you sleep a full night and that's your body screaming. Can we please listen to our body screaming so that we can then respond appropriately? Because if you eat the apple and then you bloat and you retain water and you don't feel great, that's your body screaming. And that's what happens to us when we spend months away from the high carbohydrate food, or like in my case, when you spend months, it's been years now. In February, I will be 2 years carnivore. That's 2 years of not eating any plants, including spices. If I were to allow vegetation fruits or vegetables back into my life, oh yeah, my body's going to bloat. I'm going to feel horrible. Because why? Because my body doesn't want those toxins. My body doesn't want the fiber that we need. I have been going to the bathroom with zero issue. No need for fiber. We need to understand that our body screaming when we eat the wrong thing is not a failure. It's an alarm. And this beautiful alarm system that we have that tells us when we've eaten the wrong thing is telling us that we are causing damage that we cannot see. And it's taking something that's typically hidden because so why did I not have those problems for apples and broccoli and all that stuff before? But if I would eat it today, I have it now. And it's because of how quickly my body will adapt. My body will take the fact that I'm eating vegetation to mean, oh geez, there must not be any meat around, or Violet wouldn't be doing this to us. We need to adapt. And within 6-ish months, my body is going to, not even, for the stomach, for the intestines, within a week or two of me just consistently eating the stuff, my body will adjust and start making the healthy gut bacteria that it needs to process the stuff that we're eating, because apparently there's no meat, or at least not enough to feed me all the time. Do we understand that that is a survival mechanism and not the way that we're supposed to live our lives every single day? Living my life like this every single day is meaning that my body cannot build itself properly, because instead of giving it the protein and appropriate fat that it's looking for to build itself appropriately, I'm giving it garbage. I want every person who looks at these influencers and gets annoyed and frustrated and that they can get away with eating honey and bringing fruit back and all the things that they can get away with and stay thin, to be happy that you cannot get away with it. I am extremely happy that I cannot get away with it, because if I could, I'd be making the same mistake that they are currently making, and I would bring back these harmful foods that are glycating, that are bringing in other toxins and oxalates and all kinds of things to my body that would harm me. And by harming myself, what happens? I'm going to have inflammation again, my weight is going to rise again, and I'm going to be in trouble. Your sensitivity, Wellness Warrior, allows you to stay safe, because when you try to bring these things back, your body says, stop it. Do not do that to me. I was doing so well. Please let me continue to do well. And that is amazing. It's not just about fat loss, Wellness Warrior. It's about your brain. Your brain needs to be built every single day. There's repairs happening in your head. Your heart needs to be built there's repairs happening. Every part of your body needs to be repaired. And we need to understand that it doesn't matter if I'm thin or not. Fruit is not fuel. It's pulling you. It's making you chase. That's the other thing I want to point out, is that they are not allowing themselves to see. Whether it be that doctor that I'm talking about, that I wonder about his ability to pause and look at what's happening with him and say, hey, is it possible that I'm chasing again? Is it possible that this lack of energy that I was having was because my brain was wanting me to go out and get this stuff because I had touched it? But if they don't pause and let themselves look at that possibility, all of them, all those people that we watch that are doing the sugar diet, that one drives me nuts. The large amounts of sugar that they are eating per day because it helps them to lose weight for a short period of time. Why are they losing weight? If I don't bring in anything into my body that allows it to build and repair, of course it needs to pull from me to take care of me. And so the speed at which maybe it's pulling some fat versus putting it in storage because I'm eating it, maybe at the beginning I am pulling more than eventually I'm putting. But will that continue? When my internal organs start to be damaged, what's going to happen? I think that it is so short-sighted for everyone to think that because I'm losing weight, I should do a bad behavior that I know is not healthy. How do I know? Because straight up sugar, we've known for years is not healthy. And yet people on this sugar diet are eating straight up sugar. They're eating candy as meals. They're putting sugar in water and drinking it. And can I just point out that if all you eat is fruit all day, that's straight up sugar. It doesn't give you the amino acids and the healthy fat that your body needs to, for example, build your brain, which is the thing that controls everything else. It is impossible, Wellness Warrior, to moderate something that you are chasing. If you are out of control, if you are compelled, if you are dependent on, if you chase sugar, you can't moderate it. So just adding fruit isn't a diet tweak. It's a full-blown relapse back to allowing your body to be chasing the stuff that was causing the problem in your life to begin with. Your sensitivity protects you from the mental hell of food dependency. So the next time that you see that influencer eating honey, I don't want you to feel jealous, Wellness Warrior. I want you to feel relieved, because now you know that they are back in a relapse, but you're not, right? You're not eating honey. You're not eating fruit. You have stuck with what's better for you. Do not trade your health for their flexibility idea, because they're not being flexible. They're being pulled back in. We need to understand that it's a curse to think we are able to eat anything, because the truth is it takes 20 years for those things that we're eating to actually impact us. Even people who drink soda every day, eat cookies and ice cream and junk food every day, don't live the impact of that negative junk food. We completely call that junk food. We know it's junk food. They don't live the impact of that food. I hate calling it food. They don't live the impact of that junk right away. It slowly ruins their life. And by the time that they're living the repercussions, a lot of the times those repercussions are huge. It's not just about being a bit tired. Sometimes they have serious internal damage. You and I, if we're lucky, okay, let me talk about myself. I'm lucky, right? We're talking about maybe a bit of fatigue, some skin issues that might hit me if I eat off plan, my weight rising a little bit. But it's not anything as bad as internal organ damage that actually threatens my ability to be here tomorrow. Our ability to tolerate carbage is supposed to be a biological adaptation that keeps us going when we need to find real food: meat, fish, poultry, eggs, salt. When we're trying to find that stuff, yes, our ability to grab some vegetation and chew on it and keep us moving forward, yes. But we should not be living on carbage. None of us. If you're eating vegetables in copious amounts, if you're eating fruits in copious amounts, you are doing damage to your body. If you're eating processed food at all, you are doing damage that is going to have a huge impact on you later in life. I want you to let these influencers who want to show you their plates with all the fun fruits and honey and whatever else they're eating have their damage. And I want you to keep your real keto healthy things, your carnivore healthy things going forward, so that your healthy organs stay healthy, first of all, and that you get to keep your peace of mind. Now, the next video that you're going to want to watch is this one here about the real secret to permanent fat loss. So click on that link. I'll meet you over there.